So Sound of Freedom promotes a QAnon's conspiracy theory? I mean, not really, but that's what the mainstream media wants you to think. Typical. Alright, so welcome back to the channel today, everyone. So I wanted to discuss Sound of Freedom and why the mainstream media actually hates it. First, I went to see the movie and I thought it was phenomenal. It was powerful, and I actually cried during it, and really it made me feel like I'm not doing enough with the platform that I have to combat human trafficking. So I think everybody really needs to go see it. It's been a huge success, and with that success has come its share of controversy. I mean, the mainstream media basically called human trafficking a myth in order to try to get people to not go see this film. I mean, they use the same old QAnon tropes for it. All of them were pushing this. It was pretty obvious that they actually didn't go watch the movie and only listen to some sound clips from the film's star about quote-unquote adrenochrome. Now, I'm not going to go into what adrenochrome is, but you can look it up. It's a deeply held conspiracy theory on that. So I'm not going to get too deep into that, but you can go look it up. But really, the film had nothing to do with that. It was based on a true story about Tim Ballard, who founded the Operation Underground Railroad, who has saved a large number of lives from the sex trafficking trade. So why does the left hate this film so much? I keep saying, because Hollywood is full of pedos. And I mean, when you look at the Epstein stuff, it's an easy choice. But I actually think it's something different. Let's look at the facts. The film was completed in 2018, and the distribution rights were bought by 20th Century Fox, which was subsequently bought by Disney. And then Disney shelved the movie for many years. Don't look at me like that. I know. I mean, yes, Disney has been trying to push queer theory, but really, this isn't the kind of film Disney would have released in the first place. They want action and adventure kids movies. This had action and adventures, but not really for kids. However, this is why the mainstream media doesn't like it. Disney released the Indiana Jones 5 movie on the Friday before with dismal numbers. It got good ratings, and people have said good things about it, but it's probably going to be lucky to even break even. So Disney's probably going to actually lose money on Indiana Jones 5. And so this low-budget film that Disney sold the rights to has basically embarrassed them because they decided to sell the rights instead of release it themselves. And then you have to remember that a lot of these mainstream media news organizations are owned by the same company as some of these film organizations. Now, Ashley St. Clair connected these dots on Twitter brilliantly recently, so check it out.
Wow, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the hearts. Ice cream's so good. Yummy hot dog. GG, GG. Thank you for the likes. Ice cream's so good. Quick, before they find me, BlackRock owns most United States banks. They own all major pharma companies and mainstream media. They oversee 10% of all stocks traded worldwide. They manage over $10 trillion in assets, which is half of the United States GDP. BlackRock and Vanguard, own 18% of Fox, 16% of CBS, 13% of Comcast, which also controls NBC, MSNBC, CNBC, Sky News, and they own 12% of Disney. They are the biggest institutional investors of Google, Facebook, Amazon, and now they're buying up all the homes and artificially inflating your mortgage so you will own nothing and be happy. I have to go.
So yeah, BlackRock and Vanguard are a major funder of these organizations that connect the dots to from Disney to the mainstream media. And if you look back at what I've spoke about when it comes to ESG and whatnot, you will see that these organizations really control the flow of information, stock prices, and what corporations become winners and losers. So when it comes to this movie, I think it's the biggest reason they hate it is because the movie studio that was behind its release. And for those that don't know, it was Angel Studios that bought the right and distributed the film. And so Angel Studios is an organization that crowdfunds movies and TV shows via platform similar to Kickstarter. And then they split up the profits to these movies to the investors who funded it. And it's called Angel Studios basically because it's made up of angel investors who buy the rights into that film that they decide to fund. And then for this film, the studios had to purchase the rights from Disney, and then they raised $5 million on their platform just for advertising purposes on the film. So this was not really tied to any major investment firm. This is a win for the parallel economy, which we have been advocating for a very long time. This is basically, the independent media for movies. It's outside of the elites' locus of control, so they hate it. It's why they hate Rumble, it's why they hate Twitter, because it means we're winning. We're actually getting these platforms that we're able to conduct, free speech on, and not, censored and self-censoring to the whims of, these elites that want to push a certain, information out there, i.e., the misinformation around COVID or the elections or anything else you want to talk about there. They hate it, which is why this video is going to be streamed on Twitter and Rumble as well because, YouTube. I mean, think about it this way. They're losing their ability to silence dissent every day, and it scares them so much that they will try to convince you that human trafficking is a hoax. Just think about that for a second. Think about how scared you would have to be that you're losing control to put that out there, that, human trafficking is a hoax, or this movie is based on a conspiracy theory. It's just a major lie, and they know it because they're scared. And with that, this video could very well get removed from YouTube, so make sure you go follow me on Rumble, as well as Twitter, where this video is also going to be released now as well. And as always, let me know what you think in the comment section. Still, follow me across all social media platforms, and I will see you next time.